Good news. Looks like we're going to avoid a recession. I don't know if you guys have seen this headline here today, but it says that Fed will start cutting. Actually, this was a week ago. Fed will start cutting interest rates in 2024 now that the tightening cycle has run its course. So that's a breath of fresh air, but also something that we have been talking about for a while. And obviously, a lot of this was lip service and just clickbait to get people to watch and panic and fear and worry about their jobs, their money, their savings, their retirement, their investments, everything. Housing market crash, the whole nine. However, we can't really gloss over what is happening today, which Fortune also states that the UAW boss says workers shouldn't accept lower wages so greedy people like Elon Musk can build more rocket ships. Now, let me know how you guys feel about that, what you guys think about that. Odds are probably some of you watching may even be involved in this UAW situation. The president of the United Auto Workers Union had harsh words for Elon Musk, the Tesla CEO and longtime nemesis of organized labor. But this is leading up to something far worse. And we see here that billionaire investor Ray Dalio says the AI transformation could create a 3-day work week. We're going through a time warp, is what he says. AI has become both a Wall Street buzzword and a source of widespread existential fears over the last year, but its benefits could be mind blowing, according to legendary investor Ray Dalio. Now, I'm pretty sure that his idea, his interpretation of mind blowing in a 3-day work week is coming from the perspective of a billionaire, not the average worker, which the average worker now probably works 5, maybe even 7 days a week, oftentimes multiple jobs, and they are still struggling to get by. So, can you imagine what life would be like if you cut that down to only 3 days? But realistically, this has nothing to do with the employee. It has everything to do with the company and the business, the CEOs, the C suite executives, and how profitable they will be while doing this. Reducing overhead costs, expenses, risk. I got to tell you guys about Walmart and Kroger. They are betting on a bankruptcy hit indoor farming industry that many consider unsustainable. Now, I can tell you guys that Walmart and Kroger, especially Walmart, interested in this indoor farming is a big deal, especially after billionaire investor Ray Dalio says the AI transformation could create a 3-day work week. And I don't think it's going to take much for you guys to connect the dots here and realize that these two workers here, or three workers, there's somebody in the back, and this JLG scissor lift could theoretically and easily be replaced by AI. Thus, bringing farming indoors, bringing farming into all of these warehouses you see being built, and setting it up in this interesting format and structure where AI could literally grow or make food indoors and replace people all together. Really, if you think about it, by using AI. And as I told you guys before, I use AI myself for a lot of the heavy lifting and things that I do on my YouTube channel. And it's super effective, it's super efficient. And there's no reason why these companies and businesses can't use AI as well to transform their businesses, their companies, their corporations, their workforce, their business model, their employment level, their risk, and ultimately promoting and pushing for greater profits and increased revenues, making more money, losing less. And then using AI to just continuously replace every single possible human being that would typically work these jobs who would demand higher wages and disrupt the flow because they choose to go on strike or uh, cease working. They don't want to see that happen. They don't want to allow people to have the ability to control them and their operations and their businesses and their companies and their money. Therefore, they will do anything and everything that they can to make sure that that power is never in the hands of the people ever again. Much like we saw happen during the pandemic, and there was a labor shortage, and folks started making a whole lot more money to do the same jobs in these companies. As you know, we were in an age of online ordering and order fulfillment and social distancing during the lockdowns, that they were begging for people to, essential workers and people willing to risk their lives to be, in close proximity to others, to get these Amazon packages and Walmart Spark deliveries ready to go. So they had to pay them more money to go to work than the government was paying to be unemployed. Unemployment boost, stimulus checks, pandemic relief, the whole nine. However, as I told you guys before, this would happen. They would want to regain and work to regain their control. And that would entail lowering wages, cutting hours, reducing compensation. Pain felt by families and businesses is what Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve Chair, had said in Jackson Hole. But the companies, they had a more they had their sights focused on where we are today, and that also included layoffs, mass layoffs. So many layoffs, it's unbelievable. Job terminations, job loss, unreal. Why? They're trying to limit their headcount. They're also trying to send a message to anyone and everyone who would dare try to stand up against them and buck the system. But also, this allowed them the great opportunity to then rehire new employees at lower wages, and also entice existing employees to take lowered compensation for the same jobs and tasks that they were, or job positions and roles that they were doing. And although the task and the workload would be increased substantially, they would receive less compensation. And at the end of the day, this just in turn puts more power and control into the hands of the companies, the businesses, the corporations, while continuously working towards replacing people with AI. AI, robotics, technology, computers, okay? And granted, we can't do it, or they can't do it everywhere, but the more places they can do it, the better. The Think about it. If you could, or they could potentially begin to create this indoor farming AI automated operation, where literally you could have three people, like you see these people here in this photo, working a 3-day work week to get the same amount of work done that hundreds or thousands would have done in a 7-day work week. Really, let's be honest here. Um, with also having the ability to somewhat control the weather, control your environment, because now you're in a controlled environment indoors. While also then introducing some of these new growing techniques and lab cultured synthetic food creation processes. This is a game changer. This is a game changer on a whole nother level. I want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below.